We have a problem, and it's fixable.
Supportive housing providers throughout BC are calling on the province to give them the tools necessary to keep their clients and staff safe.
The problem is that we are unable to remove people who are a safety risk from our sites.
Supportive housing falls under the Residential Tenancy Act, meaning evicting someone that is found to be a risk to others within the building is complicated and sometimes next to impossible. They want changes made to the regulatory framework of the RTA, particularly with how it applies to supportive housing operators.
We need to immediately enact an enforceable weapons ban in supportive housing,
giving the police the power to remove an individual that is in violation of the rules.
What other employer has to go to the residential tenancy branch when there are weapons or violence in their workplaces to wait weeks, months, or maybe never to get that threat removed?
This call prompted by a police major crimes investigation after the discovery of a deceased male on April 26th at this Pacifica Housing building in Saanich.
There was an incident at one of our supportive housing sites that resulted in what police are calling a suspected homicide.
That man was 34-year-old Keith Scott.
The most gutting part of this is that we feel that this could have been prevented.
Absolutely, there should be no weapons in supportive housing sites.
The minister responsible for housing says it's the job of police to enforce the already in place no weapons rule within supportive housing. Operators argue if and when those rules are broken, they aren't given the tools they need to evict the individual.
We don't think the answer is to be exempt from the Residential Tenancy Act and to take away the rights of everyone living in those buildings.
Doug King is the executive director of the Together Against Poverty Society. He says he is sympathetic to the situation supportive housing operators say they have found themselves in, although eviction is not the way to go, but does suggest another solution.
We need to talk about ratios of staff to clients and to residents in a supportive housing site. Right now, it's far too low.
The nonprofits say under the current structure, they are expected to operate under the same rules as any other regular landlord. But due to their client base, that is not what they are.
We're not. We never have been. We never will be.
Brendan Strain, CTV News, Victoria.